Drills and impact drivers, all right? I've got a portable drill. It's a 3/8 drill. 3/8, simply, it determines the maximum diameter of the drill bit I can insert into the chuck. That's where we get the name 3/8. Popular sizes include 1/4-inch drill, 3/8 drill, 1/2-inch drill, and even a 3/4-inch drill. I don't have a 3/4-inch drill. I do have a 1/2-inch drill. Notice I've got the chuck key, and it's tied onto the cord, the plug-in cord at the very end, and that's designed for that, so that in order to change out the drill, I have to unplug the drill before I can do that. That chuck key fits right into the chuck, and I can tighten my drill bit down. Okay. Once it's tight, I'm doing my drilling operation, especially through metal. As I reach the back side of the metal, the back plane of the metal, I can feel that I'm about ready to poke through, lighten up on the pressure on this on the front side, because on the back side it's going to want to catch. When it catches, what's going to happen is it will torque. All right, so you just simply have to have a good handle on it, so that if it does torque, you're not going to watch the drill wrap up here just like that. All right, so just simply be aware as you go through the back surface, it's going to torque. Okay, that drill bit can get warm, so make sure you know what you're drilling, and so you're not creating an extra problem that way. Make sure that now I don't know if this saw has a reverse lever, one way or the other. It does not have a lock button, but oftentimes you can take the drill and lock the drill on. I don't know that I would ever suggest doing that, locking the switch on. If you run into a drill in which you can lock that switch on, obviously if the operation allows for that, that's fine, but make sure that that lock is off before you store that drill off to the side. Okay? All right, so that's the electric drill. Okay? This happens to have a keyed chuck or keyed spindle, all right, or a chuck like that. Right here I have got the same type of drill right here. It's also sized the same way. It's a battery drill. It happens to have a hand chuck. And so I can put the drill into the chuck itself, hit the button the proper direction, and simply hold this and tighten that down by hand. And it simply holds really pretty good. To take that out, hit the button again on the bottom side here, hold the chuck, and I can take that back out. Now just be kind of careful so you're not draping your hands over the bit itself, so you're cutting yourself. On the top side right here, I've got adjustments to where it will ratchet at certain torques. So if I have this on a ratchet setting, and I pull the button, I'll just hold this by hand. But if I were going through work and I didn't want to get something super, super tight, or I had a small drill bit and I want to have it ratchet, it will ratchet at a certain torque. But it also has a drill setting. It also has a hammer setting. Where would you ever use a hammer? Well, here's where you would use a hammer, is if I'm drilling into, I've got a masonry bit, I'm drilling down through concrete. So it ends up being a little bit of a hammer drill also. Okay. Also up here I've got 3 different speeds. I've got speed 3 being the fastest versus speed 1 being the slowest. So speed 1 I've got the most torque and the most power, but I don't have speed. Here I've got on speed 3, I've got the most speed, but that doesn't have the most torque. Okay, so again, depending on which size of drill bit you have. Okay. The batteries simply, they have 2 clips on the side here, and they just clip in and out just like that. All right. Torque wrench. Torque wrench we use a lot. We've got 2 or 3 different torques over here. To take the torque out, we pull this sleeve out to remove that, and we can put in a 20, a 15, a 20, or a 25 torque bit. Also, we have a Phillips head also, okay? It doesn't have a variable speed, although there's variable speed on it, just on the switch itself, okay? Okay? It also has a reverse. So we do most of our construction with 3-inch torque bits or 3-inch torque screws. If we make a mistake, they come out pretty darn easily. But the torque screws hold really, really well. The other thing about the torque bit is I want you to know that we store those torque bits right here, right below the radio. And I've got Phillips heads, I've got 15 bits, I've got 20 bits, and I've got 25 bits. Okay, so they're all stored right here. So if you ever take one out of the machine, make sure you put it back in this little box so the next guy doesn't have to look for it. Okay. That's about all I have on a torque bit, or on a torque wrench. They work really, really well, and they seem like they last a long time. Got two types of batteries, again, the lithium and the regular battery, and they're up here. Okay? And so when you take a battery out that's low in charge, you can get the battery blanket so it's going to be recharged.